Lauren worked hard to keep parts of her past hidden. Insiders say she polished her story and buried any details that could clash with Bezos's obsession with control. But 3 secrets lingered, ready to test even the richest man alive. After the divorce, Bezos faced a choice: fade into private life or reinvent himself. He chose reinvention, turning scandal into a comeback. Suddenly, he wasn't just a businessman, he was a man in love, bold and human. Photos of him on Mediterranean yachts and at high-profile galas with Lauren painted a relatable, vibrant image. Lauren, never one to stay in the background, commanded attention, using her TV experience to master posture, timing, and camera presence. Together, they transformed perception, combining wealth, charm, and calculated visibility. Lauren Sanchez knew how to give the press just enough to capture without oversharing, and how to make Bezos shine. But who was she before him? Lauren wasn't a passive figure. She built a career navigating Hollywood's tangled media and entertainment world. Starting as a TV host, she charmed viewers with charisma and quick wit, moving through shows and collecting connections along the way. Ambition pushed her further. She became a licensed helicopter pilot and founded Black Ops Aviation, filming aerial shots for blockbuster films and commercials. This placed her not just on red carpets, but behind the scenes with directors, producers, and executives. Every role, every flight expanded her influence. Strategic and intentional, Lauren wove herself into circles most could only imagine. Her entry into Bezos' life was striking. He, a man of precision, paired with a woman shaped by Hollywood's unpredictability. To him, she brought freedom, glamour, and spontaneity. To her, he offered unparalleled power. Yet beneath the glamour, shadows lingered, ties to figures later embroiled in scandals, none implicating her directly, but enough to hint at a complex, carefully navigated past. In Hollywood, a single misstep, being seen with the wrong person or linked to a scandal, could follow you for years. Lauren's world thrived on connections, Jeff's on control. As their lives merged, insiders whispered that Bezos began to notice gaps he hadn't foreseen. Lauren carefully curated her story, avoiding certain circles, presenting only the version of herself that fit beside the world's richest man. But secrets rarely stay buried. While the media celebrated yachts, gala appearances, and rings, a quieter story unfolded, one of financial moves and ventures Lauren carried into Bezos' orbit. Some bore her name, others were under aliases or offshore accounts. Nothing illegal, but it raised questions. Bezos built his empire on oversight, tracking every number, margin, and data point. Could he maintain control when another world, parallel and opaque, existed right alongside his own? For a man who controlled everything, discovering that his partner had projects beyond his knowledge was a seismic shift. Bezos, used to tracking every detail of his empire, suddenly faced a hidden network of Lauren's financial moves. Quiet, deliberate, and out of his reach. Her independence wasn't about money, it was influence, freedom, and assets of her own. Control had always been his ultimate power, and now he faced a crack he couldn't fix. Then the public silence hit. Lauren vanished from headlines, social media, and events. No yachts, no galas, no appearances with Bezos. Her absence was total and deafening. The woman once inseparable from the richest man alive vanished from view, leaving cameras and tabloids empty-handed. Whispers swirled. Had Bezos cut ties, or was Lauren stepping back on her own terms? In Hollywood, silence never signals neutrality. It hints at hiding, being hidden, or plotting a comeback. For Bezos, the carefully staged glow-up era depended on her presence. Without her, the illusion cracked. Insiders speculated the blackout wasn't mere image fatigue, it was about negotiation and power, a balancing act between his empire and her independence. Wealth wasn't the issue, narrative control was. For Lauren, the goal was safeguarding autonomy alongside the richest man alive. This tension, paired with her hidden financial network, formed the second major secret of their story, leaving one question: who held the upper hand, the billionaire or the woman mastering influence behind the scenes? For Bezos, the true vulnerability wasn't money, lawsuits, or rivals. It was reputation, the foundation of his empire. Bezos had built his post-divorce comeback on reputation: yachts, red carpets, reinvention. It wasn't just love, it was image, proof he remained untouchable. But tying his story to another person meant inheriting their past, and cracks began to form. Lauren Sanchez wasn't a background figure. She had long mingled with Hollywood's elite, directors, producers, studio heads, people whose scandals could erupt at any moment. Though Lauren herself had no allegations, her connections carried risk. In Bezos's world, one bad headline could rattle markets. Suddenly, the man who thrived on precision and control faced a partner whose past operated on chaos. To manage this, Lauren carefully curated her story, revealing only the polished, camera-ready version: helicopter pilot, media entrepreneur, glamorous partner, while leaving the rest, the old names, the scandals, and associations, firmly behind the curtain. Lauren had buried her past, but hidden stories never stay hidden. Old photos, interviews, and deals could resurface, especially alongside the richest man alive. It wasn't illegal acts, but potential landmines affecting both her and Bezos. For Lauren, managing them was survival. For him, it was a loss of control. Scrubbed connections and erased chapters haunted him, because secrets in his world never stay private. No money or lawyers could contain them. This was the third most dangerous secret: reputation. Her past could drag them into chaos he had long avoided. When someone that visible goes quiet, questions follow: private matters, new opportunities, or boundaries. Lauren isn't just a public figure. She moves in influential circles. Her absence showed she could control the narrative on her own terms. Hollywood ties, financial independence, and rare retreats from the spotlight kept public attention alive. Perception isn't owned. It's shaped by curiosity and headlines. The story isn't over. Losing $35 billion in a divorce isn't just about money. It's about control and image. For Jeff Bezos, the Amazon founder, the shock was personal and public. By January 2019, his 25-year marriage to McKenzie Scott ended, making headlines worldwide with the largest divorce settlement in history. The numbers stunned everyone, but for Bezos, the real sting was losing control. Known for precision and calculated moves, he suddenly appeared blindsided, his carefully curated image of mastery cracked. Enter Lauren Sanchez, by his side at red carpets, yachts, and engagement moments, seeming like the perfect next chapter. On the surface, it looked flawless, but hidden beneath were cracks tied to 3 secrets in Sanchez's world. And once revealed, they could change how the world sees this couple. Leaked texts, tabloid stories, private details exposed. Bezos, a man who built his empire on foresight and control, found himself in chaos he couldn't manage. Rebuilding meant more than romance. It was about reclaiming his narrative and proving he hadn't lost his edge. Enter Lauren Sanchez. Unlike anyone he'd known, Lauren was Hollywood. Television host, pilot, media insider, connected to the most exclusive entertainment circles. Where Bezos built rockets, Lauren built influence. She brought glamour, adventure, and a media-savvy spotlight that transformed him from reclusive mogul to modern tycoon. They appeared on yachts, walked red carpets, and curated a reinvention for the cameras. Yet, beneath the shine, tension lingered. Bezos sought control, Hollywood thrived on chaos. Lauren understood the volatility, where fame could rise or vanish overnight, and she navigated it with practiced ease.